Hey guys, Ashton here from Wildflowers. Today I'm going to show you how to create this mixed print desert design. We're going to start this design using the Wildflowers colors Blonde and Coral Blaze to create a vertical ombre. We're going to start with the color Blonde and paint one side of the nail. To create this ombre, we'll just be using the brushes straight from the bottle, so no special tools are required. The trick is to cover the nail a little bit more than halfway because we need to leave room for the colors to overlap and blend together. Now before curing, apply Coral Blaze to the other side of the nail. You want to make sure you don't have too much product on the end of your brush because this will cause the colors to bulk up rather than to blend. If this happens, just wipe the extra product from the end of the brush and repaint over the center until you start to see the colors blend together. Because these colors are so pigmented, you don't need to spend a lot of time blending the first coat. So once you have the colors nice and even, go ahead and cure, and then we'll repeat this step, focusing a little more time on the blending. So to get these colors to melt together nicely, we're just going to keep wiping down the center and frequently wiping the product off of our brush so that it doesn't build up. And once you're happy with the ombre, go ahead and cure the nail for 30 seconds. Now for our background patterns, we're going to continue using these gel polishes. We're going to start with the blonde gel polish and paint over the Coral Blaze using the Wildflowers magenta brush, and we're just going to create a little zigzag design. Painting straight lines with gel polish can be a little tricky because it likes to build up near the tip of the bristles, so just make sure that you wipe your brush frequently to disperse the color evenly throughout the brush. After you've completed your first zigzag row, I recommend flash curing so that the gel polish doesn't move around too much. And then we will go in and add a second row on the side of the nail. And after this step, fully cure the nail for 30 seconds. Now we're going to use our dotting tool and the color Coral Blaze, and on the opposite side we're going to create a polka dot pattern. We're going to use the points of our zigzag design as a reference to help us evenly space out the polka dots, and keeping everything in the design lined up will make it look more cohesive. Be sure to add polka dots directly over the ombre as well, as this is really going to help both sides melt together. And once you're happy with your polka dots, cure the nail again for 30 seconds. Now, because we're painting with gel polish rather than gel paint, it does have a bit of a tendency to bulk up on the nail. And to add our lizard, we're going to need the painting surface to be a little bit flatter and smoother. So what we're going to do is just add a top coat. And this doesn't need to be too thick. We want just enough so that we're able to smooth out our surface. Now cure the top coat for 30 seconds, and as you can see, we have a much smoother surface area to begin painting on. To paint our lizard, we're going to be using the Wildflowers black brush and the Green Artist gel paint. We'll begin by painting our lizard's head near the tip of the nail, which is basically just a triangle with rounded corners. You can flash cure at this point, but it's not necessary because the Wildflowers gel paints stay exactly where you put them. And now to paint the lizard's body, We're going to start with just a swirly line up the nail, and it's going to end in a spiral for the tail. But now we have a pretty silly looking lizard, so we need to add some thickness. However, we don't want the body to be wider than the head, so be sure you leave a little room on each side. And be sure that whatever you do on one side of the swirly line, that you do on the other. This way our lizard is going to be even and stay perfectly centered in the nail. Also, we want to make sure that the lizard's body tapers down to a nice skinny point at the end of the tail. If you guys are enjoying this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell because we have new videos every Friday. And once you're happy with the shape of your lizard's body, feel free to flash cure at this point, and then we will be going in and adding his little legs. These are basically just little V's or little right angles, and then the front legs go the opposite direction, but they're the exact same thing. And we don't want his legs to be too wide or too skinny, so what I'm doing is I'm just trying to keep them the same thickness as the black brush, and that seems to be fitting the size of this lizard pretty well. And now before we cure, we just need to go in and add little toes. I think the easiest way to do this is to just drag the wet gel paint from the legs out into 5 points for his 5 little fingers and toes. And after you've completed this step on all 4 of his limbs, go ahead and cure the nail for a full 30 seconds. Now we'll be using our dotting tool again with the black and yellow artist gel paints. The tips of our lizard's toes are going to be yellow, but because there are yellow hues in our background, we're first going to start by laying down black so that they don't blend into the background too much. So we'll place a black dot on the end of each toe, and then we'll use our dotting tool as well to add the lizard's eyes. Once complete, cure for 30 seconds, and then we'll go over the black dots on each toe with the yellow gel paint as well. And then again after this step, cure for 30 seconds. And then today I'm going to show you guys a different way to do shading than I've shown in previous videos, which will be using the Wildflowers Black Glass Gel. What's so great about using the glass gel for shadows is that it's already sheer enough that you don't need to worry about using a blending brush. And if you need to darken areas, you can apply a second coat, or you can just apply the glass gel a little bit thicker in those areas. So what I'm doing here is adding shadows where each of the legs connect to the body and marking the joints on the legs as well. And then I'm just going to go around the lizard and add a very soft outline, which is going to make him look a little more rounded and three-dimensional. Once you've completed this step, cure the nail for 30 seconds, and then we will be adding a matte top coat. After you've cured the matte top coat, we have one more step before this design is complete, which will be adding just a few embellishments to our lizard. So what we're going to do is apply a little bit of the shiny Wildflowers top coat to the back of our lizard, And then we'll be placing these green circle glitters directly into the top coat. So spread the top coat in the exact area that you want to embellish. And then before curing, I'm going to individually place each glitter to create a triangular pattern on our lizard's back. For this step, you could also use the Wildflowers clear puffy gel and apply bullion beads or crystals, but not every client likes to have any kind of bulk on their nails, so these glitters are a great way to add a little bit of shine while keeping the nail art flat. And after you've completed this step, cure the nail for 30 seconds and your design is complete. I absolutely love half and half designs because depending on the angle you see it from, it looks totally different, which just makes it fun and entertaining. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.